Right, I suppose I'll start it here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whatever time of day it is for you, for me it's 9:30. And you join me in the lovely sights of Ray Valley camping. As you can see, we're in the meadow field, and if you could see the yellow, the cyclist, it's the Ray Valley Trail. So yeah, I'm just about to head out. It's currently Saturday something. Right, I've got to remember how to tackle this. Up, 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 up. I'm getting to first. And out. Yeah, I think like it's the last day of April, so what's that, 31st or the 30th, must be the 30th. Obviously Ray Valley is in Devon, so that's where I am, and I'm down here for good reason. Tomorrow is the Saddlebags social ride, and to be fair, I'm not going to show too much down here because we will be on this route. This is part of the route of the ride, but I thought I'd show you the campsite and the views. And yeah, I'm just basically today off to complete some of the routing and of the map that I did on my last trip down here, which is the Going South series, which I haven't finished editing yet. I will get back to editing that series, but just to catch up and give a bit of break from it, I'm going to do everything else and then come back to it. But yeah, so basically, because I was using the beeline, I kept forgetting to turn Calimoto on for tracking, and I ended up missing two sections. I'll put the screenshots on because I think I've still got them, but it was, if not, I'll just put the screenshot of the route that I've done today. One of the ways you'll see it. Yeah, it was from here down to Niall's Bakery at St Ives, which is where last time I picked up the giant donut, which I'll have put the screenshot of the Instagram post here, and from there I'm going to shoot down to Land's End, purely because then I stayed at a campsite about 10 or so miles from Land's End, and I again forgot to put Calimoto on from the campsite round to, well, past St Ives and up the West Coast Road up to St Ives and out, and so I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to stop at the cafe for breakfast, because although, despite buying bacon last night, I didn't cook it this morning. I'll probably have that as dinner. So yeah, I'm going to go there for breakfast, and then say Land's End, and St Austell, back to where I'm staying, which is between Bovey Tracy and Morton Hampstead. So we're currently in Moreton Hempstead. So we are actually in Dartmoor at this point, but as I said, we will come down here tomorrow. So what I am going to do is I'm going to switch my camera off, play some music, and then I'll switch back on either when something gets interesting or when I'm the area that we won't be on tomorrow, because there's no point showing you the same pieces twice. Right, so we've cleared Dartmoor, cleared that completely now, and yeah, we're just twisting onto some, I like to call them little link roads, because they link little villages together. And to be fair, I couldn't get the camera on as I come down one hill. That was nice and twisty. I don't think I got the footage of it the last time, so we'll just have to take my word for it. But yeah, we're about an hour away. I did make a wrong turn actually. The sat-nav said turn right. It was one of them situations where, because I'm using Calimoto, it sometimes will tell you to turn, but you just have a slight angle. Yeah. It was one of them. It's a little silly thing. I didn't look at the map beforehand. So I did slightly go off tilter and ended up looping around back to where I should be. But yeah, that was thing. And now we're crossing back into Cornwall, and I'm pretty sure we ride this way with Saddlebags. I'm sure he brings us this way. But yeah, no, it's there's anyone that comes down here will know there's I mean, you've only got to look at the map. There's some nice twisty roads. And after yesterday's shenanigans of filtering on the motorway, it was certainly welcoming to do some twisties, and I'm going straight. Yeah, I was going to go to Niall's Bakery for lunch, for breakfast, but it's going to be more lunchtime at this point. Which is fine. It's not about getting there for set meals, and it's just I want to get from 160. It's not really about the ride, it's just about completing the route today. It doesn't matter how long it takes, I've got all day. The tent's pitched, we're not rushing back and losing an hour to pitching a tent. Well, half an hour getting pitched and ready, and Ricardo. Hey Ricardo, radio off. So yeah, it doesn't matter if I've got more time to play with today. I said this, although you won't have seen the video yet because they're not out, but I've said this about this bike before. I might have said it in other videos. I know I said it in what I was recording last trip, but I don't know if it's going to make it in. But yeah, no, just doing stuff like this is a solid reminder that the CB500X is a brilliant all-round bike. On the road anyway. I've done motorways to get down here. I started off on the twisty roads, but I've done small nooks, motorways, and I'm just pulling my way over Dartmoor, down narrow lanes and open stretches of nationals. And yeah, this bike really does give you the confidence and is more than enough. So on these sort of smaller roads, I do often wonder, would something like a Himalayan be more fun? But then I always come back to, well, the Himalayan wouldn't have had such a good time on the motorway. So through the really narrow stuff, yeah, the Himalayan would be great. And well, I managed to get some overtakes in on this. Could I have done that on the Himalayan? Not really. Not on some of them. But this has ample power for an overtake. It's not heavy. I don't know what we're doing fuel wise. But yeah, it's always trips like this remind me of how much of a tool this bike can be. And that's not tool as in an insult. Ah yes, I remember this road. Yeah, 80 on the speed there. She'll just sit there all the way. So yeah, it's a nice little reminder that yeah, I did buy the right bike, and 50 what would that be, 24, 30, yeah, 56,000 miles later, and I'm still loving this bike. I see why a lot of older riders come to it from the bigger bikes. There was a chap earlier on a CRF 300, and again similar power wise to the Himalayan. It's like, yeah, that's a classic, showing it's off and buried. It's like, yeah, they're good bikes. Brilliant for this stuff, but would I have had the same experience? Right, so we're about 10 miles away from St Austell. Now, I did have to come down a stonking road and I forgot it was there. I'll put the road number up and road name on, and on the screen, but yeah, if you look on Calimoto, you can see it's very twisty in places and open. So on the occasions where I did get a chance to open it up, by the time I was like, oh wait, I've not got the camera on, I couldn't turn it on, so just have to take my word for it. And yeah, I mean, we're 10 miles away, that's about 15 minutes, and I thought, well, we'll quickly fit the camera on, because I come up and out and it was open and pretty. So yeah, just had some music on. I was playing oh god, what's his name, I want to say Scotty Green, looks like he's camping, one of his albums, and then Spotify did its auto shuffling thing. But yeah, so I've been jamming out to country music, and the irony was, on that road I had I can't remember the name of the artist, but I think it's Back Road playing. How ironic. Bodnick. I don't recall this route. So I didn't think I was going to get the ferry today, and then I've just remembered, because I was thinking, oh, it doesn't like on the map, but I've just seen the sign for Bodnick Ferry. Oh, I really have come the back way around St Austell then, and turns out we're going to take the train ferry. Well, that's a nice surprise for myself. It's because last time I had one ferry would go on the map and one wouldn't. Calimoto would whack out, and the Bodnick Ferry, it does count as a road, or despite it not being a road. And so we're going to have to wait for it to come in, which isn't a problem. We can sit down by the water second gear, nice and easy. That was a nice little surprise for myself. It's not a chain ferry, I didn't realise until we started moving. I'd love to live down here. I really would. It's a diesel ferry. It's a normal ferry. I was thinking of the other one that's further down. I'll put it on screen. That's the chain ferry, not the Bodnick. I think it's the King Harry. So yeah, now it's just a nice little plap into up this little narrow road up into St Austell, where we'll be just in time for dinner, lunch, breakfast, brunch, and yeah, we'll then have a half an hour's break before heading down onto Land's End. Well, that's the plan anyway.